Righto. I like it like that. Yes. Right. We're gonna start standing. Just come to a comfortable standing position, feet hip width apart, or a little wider if you like. Maybe like place one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, or both on the belly, both by your side. Any option that you prefer. And then just close your eyes and take a couple gentle rocks forwards and backwards, just to really feel your center. Where is your perfect balance? A gentle bend in the knees, soften your shoulders, soften your toes. And really feel the breath. Notice if it pushes against your hand, if it's resting on your belly. If your hand on your chest lifts up. And try and find stillness in the body. So once you've found that balance in the middle between the two, between the front and the back of your feet, try and find stillness there. Maybe slightly drop your tailbone down and lift your belly button up. Soften the features of your face. Maybe lift slightly higher from the crown of your head. And then really tap into your full yogic breath. That 3-part breathing. The belly, the ribs, the chest. And then chest, ribs, belly. And maybe just for a couple of breaths, you like to breathe in through the nose and softly sigh out through the mouth. Letting go of any excess fire, excess heat in the body. Just allowing the body to soften. Maybe even a nice big yawn. To really arrive on the mat in the here and now. And then on your next breath in, you're going to push down into your feet, arms reaching up overhead. Maybe you interlace your fingers and push the heels of your hands away. Lift the chest. And on exhale, come to forward fold. Just a gentle one. Bring your torso against your thighs. Really hug in. Maybe give yourself a hug. Soften your knees. Soften your belly. Taking a breath here. Then on an inhale, coming up for halfway lift, finding space in the spine. Lengthen. And exhale, fold forward. Take another few like that. So on an inhale, rolling all the way up to standing, arms reach up. Maybe interlace the fingers, push the heels away. And on an exhale, we come to forward fold, gently pull in the belly button. Maybe this time hands to ankles or hands to floor. Still snuggle up against your thighs. Keeping the body soft. Inhale for a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. One last time, pushing down, rolling all the way back up. Inhale, push the heels of the hands away. Find that space, maybe a gentle back bend. And exhale, fold forwards. All the way down to the floor. Maybe extend the hips, lift a little higher, finding length in the hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And on the next breath in, lifting up halfway, planting the hands and stepping back with the right foot, right knee down. Scissoring the thighs, coming up for Anjaneyasana. Arms, little cactus arms, so squeezing your shoulder blades together. Find a space across the chest. Really opening your heart protector. And on an exhale, both hands go down, stepping back to plank and lowering down. Inhale gently into your first back bend, so maybe just a cobra. And on exhale, downward facing dog. Settling here for a moment. If you like, you can sway your hips from side to side or pedal out your feet. Finding the space in the body to lengthen and to soften. Then on an inhale, the left leg reaches up and back behind us. And exhale, bring the knee to nose, stepping it back forward. This time coming to a high lunge, so scissor the inner thighs. Again, little cactus arms. Really pulling your shoulder blades together. Open your chest. Staying here, or maybe clasping the hands together and just reaching them away. Knack, that were my shoulders. Finding the space across the collarbones. Inhale, arms reach up. Then exhale, hands back down, stepping back to plank, lowering down. Maybe this time the back bend is a little higher, maybe not. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then gently drop your knees down, come sit up on your heels. Come and sit for child's pose, Forehead to the ground. Hands out long. Utthita Balasana, extend the child's pose. Keeping the space in the armpits. Move your shoulders away from your ears. Find your 3-part breathing. See if you can extend the exhale. Extend the inhale. Slow the breath down. Just a couple of earth salutations. So come and sit up on your heel. Hands at the center of your forehead, lifting the elbows. And exhale, back down, child's pose. Really find that connection with the ground. One more inhale, lifting up. Hands at the center of the forehead, elbows lift up. And exhale, back down, child's pose. On the next breath in, tucking the toes under, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. On your next breath in, looking forward at your hands, hop, step, or float your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Coming up through Utkatasana as a chair pose, hips go down, arms reach up. Find the space across the chest, space in your shoulders. Maybe you can look up. And inhale, push in into your feet, hands to the center of your chest. Finding that balance in the middle. Same thing, other side. So sitting down, Utkatasana, belly slightly tucked in. Exhale, fold forward, hips lift up. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, stepping the left foot back, come to a low lunge position. Inhale, open the chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Taking a breath. Gently pull your ribs in just a little bit, so not flaring them out. And exhale, hands down, stepping back to plank, lowering down. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just for a moment, take a breath, find your balance. And then the right leg lifts up and back behind us. Really lengthen it away. Exhale, right knee to nose, stepping it to a high lunge position. Squeezing in the thighs, lifting up. Squeeze in the shoulder blades. Open your chest. Settle here. Open at the right, left hip flexor. Bring the right hip back. Exhale, both hands come down. Stepping back to plank, lowering down. Inhale, back bend, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Either settling here or coming down to child's pose. The choice is entirely yours. It's your body, your practice. The choice to do what is appropriate for you today. Wherever you choose to be, make sure you're breathing. Make sure there's space in your whole body. Space in your shoulders. Maybe they can drop down a little bit more. It doesn't feel as cramped around the neck. Space in your hips. Maybe they can lift a little higher. Breathe in, looking forward at your hands, hop, step or float your way to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Through Utkatasana. So sitting down, chest lifts up. Exhale, coming back up to standing, hands at heart center. Closing the eyes. Settle the breath. Finding your balance. On the next breath in, sitting down for Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, hands to your heart center, coming into our twist. Left elbow, right knee. Stacking hands, stacking elbows. Bringing the right rib towards the ceiling, the left rib to your right thigh. Maybe your hips can sink a little deeper. You really want to twist around your spine. So bring that right shoulder back. Find the openness across your collarbones. Really nice. One more breath here, and then we're going to step back into our high lunge. So weight into the right foot. The left foot's going to lift up and step back. Wobble, wobble. Like magic. And then maybe the arms can open up. Maybe we fall over. That's okay. Find again the space in your hips. Bring that right hip just down a little bit. My, deep, deep twist. Wobble, wobble. And then on your next breath in, I'm going to bring the right hand to the left thigh. So breathing in, reaching back, coming into a twist. Taking a breath here. And then on and in, now opening up to warrior two. So adjust your feet. Find that heel to heel, heel to instep alignment, looking over the right hand. Settle the breath here. And then we're going to make a movement to really open the connective tissue in our shoulders. So on the inhale, you're going to roll right hand, right elbow, right shoulder, left elbow, left hand. So if there's this ball that's rolling from one hand to the other, see if you can really feel deep into the tissue, giving a real good massage. So all of it stays flexible and open. And let go of some tension. You can make the movement as big or as small as you like. Maybe like to lean back and lean forward, really roll into your shoulders. The next time you're ending up with the right hand down, staying here for a breath. And then on an inhale, flip the right hand up, reaching back, sun warrior. Find that space from your right hip to right fingertips. Inhale through warrior two, come to side angle, right elbow to thigh, left hand reaches up and over. We'll do it flowing a couple of times. Your options are to either sport or not. So inhale, coming through warrior two. So maybe the hands just go in the direction. Your core is gonna have to do some work. Maybe today you're wanting some support. Try and keep your legs as they are. The movement comes from the torso, from the arms. Next time you're coming forward, we're going to stay in our side angle. Maybe a little bit deeper. Maybe the right hand can reach to the inside of the foot, and the left hand can either reach up to the ceiling or over the ear to the front. If it's reaching over, try and bring your thumb towards the ceiling. So hopefully that should give you some space at your ear. So your left thumb is turning towards the ceiling. Breathing here. And on an exhale, left hand down, come to the ball of the left foot and take your right foot a little wider. Dropping the back foot down and just leaning back, come to a forward fold. Making space in the right hamstring. We'll floss a couple of times into the hips. So on an inhale, you come forward, lifting the chest up. Exhale, moving back. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to move back. Keep that going. I'll just change sides so I can show you the next bit. Maybe you're staying with this. Or maybe you'd like to place the left hand down and reach the right hand up as you come forward. Exhale now. Inhale now. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Next time you're coming forward, it's staying forward. Bring the right hand to the inside and take the right foot a little wider so there's enough space for your hips, enough space for your torso. You're either staying here, you bring your hands a little forward, or maybe you can come down to your elbows. Try whichever option you choose for your arms to keep the right knee to the midline. Really hug that knee into the body. Should be a great opener in your adductors, the inside of your thighs, your glutes. Try and keep moving forward with your breastbone so you keep space across the chest, space across the collarbones. Most of all, you're breathing. Maybe you like to come into a twist, which you bring the right foot out on 45 degrees. You come to the edge of the right foot. Left hand come to the inside. And lower a little bit further into the hips. So you're opening also into the left hip flexor. Maybe you're super comfortable here and you lift up the back foot and you reach for it with the right hand. Maybe absolutely not. So finding that edge where you're challenging yourself, but not because you see others do it, but because it's the right pose for you today. One more big breath here. On an exhale, gently come back to the front and lengthen the right leg. Fold forward. Inhale, tuck the back toe And gently coming back to the front of the mat, taking the feet wide. Hold on to your elbows, sway from side to side. Just releasing the hips, releasing the torso, the shoulders. Notice if there's a difference between the right and the left. And then gently heel toe your feet together on an in-breath coming up in Utkatasana. Whoops, I almost went. Finding the space across the collarbones. Maybe you can sit a little deeper. Exhale, hands to heart. Then pulling in at your belly, turning at your shoulder blades, right elbow, left knee, stacking the hands, stacking the shoulders. Watching out for that knee that's creeping forward. Hips can come down. Really spinning around your midline. On your next breath in, weight into the left foot, the right foot's going to step back, come into that high lunge twist. Maybe the arms open up. Maybe you can lower the hips. On an inhale, the left hand, right leg coming up, wobble, wobble. Focus on your breath. In a warrior two, opening up, adjusting your feet, settling down. Looking over the left hand, middle finger. And then moving the imaginary ball again from the left hand, left wrist, left shoulder, right hand, wrist, shoulder. Rolling it from one side to the other. Try and get a fluid movement. Unlike my little robot arms. See if you can get it flowing from one side to the other. Really having the movement into the shoulder, to the socket, to your connective tissue, your muscles wrapped around your bones. Next time you're landing with the left hand down, staying here for a moment. And then flipping it up, reaching back, sun warrior. Finding that space from hip to wrist. Maybe you can look at your top fingers. In a warrior two, come to side angle. Left elbow to thigh. Right hand over the ear to the front. The right hand thumb turns up towards the ceiling. And then we'll do it flowing a few times. So inhale through warrior two, reaching back. Finding that rhythm with your breath. Next time you come to the front, bring the left hand to the inside of the foot. If that's accessible, maybe there's a book or a block between fingertips and floor. Right hand to the ceiling, or maybe it reaches up and over. If it reaches up and over, try and wrap that right arm around. So again, the top of the shoulder moves away from the ear. Maybe the hips can sink a little further forward. The knee really lands above the ankle. Exhale, right hand down, come to the ball of the right foot. Bring the left foot a little wider, dropping the knee down. Coming back to our lizard pose. First, flossing our hips, so hands either side of the foot. Exhale, coming back. Inhale, coming forward, finding a space across the collarbones, lowering the hips. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Maybe you'd like to join in with that right and left hand. So inhale, reaches up. Exhale, down. Inhale and up. Exhale and down. Inhale and up. Next time you're coming forward, we're staying to the front, hands to the inside. If you need to, bring that foot a little wider so there's really plenty of space for your hips. Staying on the hands, maybe coming down to forearms. If that's too deep, maybe you can come to an in-between. Bring that right hip forward, lowering it down. The left hip moves back, keeping the left knee to the midline. Settle the breath here. Gently gaze ahead to the space in the spine, the length in the spine stays. The breastbone moves forward. Maybe come into the twist, so the left toes turn out to 45 degrees. Come to the edge of the left foot, left hand to thigh, and come into a twist. This might be possible as well from your elbow. Depends entirely on your hips. Maybe you like to bend the right knee and reach for the right foot. Maybe not. Wherever we are, try not to lock any joints out. So if you're leaning on that right hand, bend the elbow just softly so that your muscles holding you in place, not just joint on joint. Bone on bone, I mean. Inhale, coming back to the front. Exhale to fold. Inhale, coming forward, tuck the back toe. And this time we're going to parallel off the feet. Come into a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. And exhale, gently walk the hands between the feet, so in line with the heels of the feet, the heels of the hand, elbows moving back. Soften the neck and breathe. Gently lifting the kneecaps so the thighs engage. Enjoying a little moment of silence. Still slowly moving forward with the sternum. Weight slightly in the front of the feet. Inhale, engage your core, push into the feet gently, roll all the way up to standing, arms reach up. Exhale, clasping the hands behind, either holding your hands or holding your elbows, or maybe even coming into a reverse prayer, which I like to take to the side and then wiggle my way up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it gets stuck. If you come into a reverse prayer, try and get the palms of the hands to touch. Move your shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Whichever position you are, coming into a forward fold. So a gentle bend in the knees, coming forward. Keep pushing also the thumb side of the hands together. Keep making space across the collarbones. Squeeze your shoulder blade together. Inhale, push down to your feet gently, roll all the way back up. Releasing the hands, maybe like to just give your wrist a little roll out. Couple one way, couple in opposite direction. And then we're gently going to come back to the front of the mat. So maybe like to come through a high lunge and step to the front. So we're going to come into our balances. So feet together, sitting down in Utkatasana, chair pose. Find your balance in both feet. And then on an inhale, pushing into the left on the right, knee lifts, holding on to the knee. Or maybe right hand holds on to the right big toe, left hand on your hip as a counterbalance. Once you're balanced, maybe the heel can reach forward. Inhale, opening up to the right, either holding on to knee or to foot, really opening into the hips. On an exhale, you're either coming into tree or you're making this little figure of four by bringing the right ankle above the left knee. Hands to heart. And maybe you can come and sit down, focus on something that won't move. Maybe the elbows can come to the shin or the hands can come to the floor. Keeping open across the chest, shoulders moving back. One more breath here. Inhale, gently wobbling, coming back up to standing. And see if we can cross the right foot all the way over. And maybe you can even hook the right foot behind the left calf. If you got that, or if you don't, arms go wide, right on the arm underneath, holding onto shoulders, back to the hands or front to the hands. Inhale, lifting up the elbows, and exhale, coming forwards, squeezing your inner thighs together, finding a focus point, becoming the beak of the eagle. Karundasana. On exhale, unravel the hands and come to an emergency forward fold. Well done. Release. Soften. And then gently heel to the feet together, coming up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Same thing, other side, pushing into the right foot, left knee lifts. So finding your balance here. From the crown of your head to your right big toe. Maybe holding on to the left big toe. Find that counterbalance with the right hand. Maybe bringing that heel forward. Dihita Hasta Padangustasana. One hand, big toe pose. Inhale, opening out to the left. Breathing here. Still focus on that foot that's standing, really pushing down. Feel as you push down, the body lifts up. You grow a little taller. And then exhale, left ankle above the right knee. You're coming into tree pose. Hands to heart, and maybe you can squat forward. Elbows to shin, or maybe hands to the floor. Feeling the glutes of your left thigh, your left buttocks. Still keeping space across the chest. Breathing into the belly. On an inhale, wobbly, wobbly, coming back up. Crossing the foot all the way over. Maybe hooking behind the right leg. Left arm under, right arm over. Holding on to shoulders, backs of the hands or fronts of the hands. First of all, lift up, find the space between the shoulder blades. Then pull the belly button in, fold forward, wobble, wobble. Squeezing your inner thighs, pushing into that right foot. Find that focus point. Exhale, unravel the arm, step in the feet wide, forward fold. On the inhale, bring your feet together and gently rolling all the way up to standing. Arms reach up, maybe push the heels of the hands away. Exhale, just dropping the arms down by your side, closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Feeling the balance in the middle. Standing strongly like a mountain. Tandasana, mountain pose. Now we'll move into our last warmer bit of the practice. Exhale, Utkatasana, arms reach up. On the exhale, fold forward, hips lift up, snuggle into your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen up. Exhale, the right foot steps back, lowering down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, open up. Exhale, both hands down. This time just bring the knee up, coming into high lunge. Open the chest again. Now exhale, both hands down, stepping back to plank, lowering down. In, rolling into your back bends, space across the collarbones. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settle here. Maybe coming into a child's pose. Early summer is very much the lead up to summer. So yes, we want to be outdoor and active and go for it. We don't want to overdo it and burn out. So there's no energy left for summer. So knowing how to find the balance. On an inhale, coming into downward facing dog. And then gently looking forward to the hands, hop, step, or float your way to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Straight into the other side. So inhale, lifting up. Halfway. Exhale, stepping back with the right foot. Dropping Am I doing the same one now? No, sorry. Stepping back forward. Stepping back with the left foot. Yes. Anjaneyasana, other side. Bringing your shoulder blades together. Exhale, hands down, lifting up the back and coming back up for a high lunge. Squeeze and find that space. Exhale, both hands down. And then the left foot's going to step forward. Taking the feet wide. And we're slowly going to sink the hips to come into our squat. So see if you can bring the elbows to the inside of the knees and really open hands to the heart center. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Slowing the breath. One of those mermaid's pose. Either you're like, oh, I love being here, or either you're like, can we stop now? Couple more breaths. Maybe you come into a gentle twist and bring the left hand to your heart, the right hand reaches up. Exhale, right hand to your heart, left hand reaches up. Coming back, arms face forwards and gently dropping the buttocks down, come to a seated position. Lengthening out your legs, coming into Dandasana. So pull the heels, push the heels away, pull the toes towards you. Belly button and chin slightly to the chest. Closing the eyes. So all parts of the body are active. Muscles pulling or pushing. Keeping you as still as a staff. On an inhale, gently opening the eyes, bring the right knee in towards you. And this time, I want you to at least have 2 fist spaces between your foot and your thigh, maybe even more if you like. Hold on to the right foot with the left hand. The right hand's going to come to the inside of the leg. And we're going to reach it forward. Really pull your belly button in. Find a space. And then the right hand's going to turn down. The thumb turns down. So make space in your shoulder. And see if you can wrap the hand round. Now you're either staying here, a great opener for both pericardium and triple heat meridian, or maybe the left hand reaches forward. Thumb turns down, and again with that space, you can wrap round, hold on to your t-shirt, or maybe fingertips or wrists. If you've got hold of something, then again you bring the left shoulder forwards and you come into a gentle forward fold. Marichyasana. So pushing the left heel away, the left toes pull towards you, so you're flexing that foot. Inhale, gently unravel. And stepping the right foot over the left. The left leg stays out front, or maybe it comes next to you. And I come into our cow face pose. So you might need a wee block or shoelace in yin to lift your hips up so that the feet can come a little forward. This is a huge, huge, huge opener for your hips. So in the very traditional pose, the shins would be parallel to the short end of the mat. which I don't think in my life will ever be possible. So finding that space where you feel that you're getting a nice stretch in your hips, but you're not overdoing it. Then the left hand reaches up, putting the fingertips between the shoulder blades. With the right hand, giving it a couple of circles, making space in the shoulder and the armpit. Then settling the elbow back and down. The right hand reaches round the back of the hand. It's going to work its way up, either holding onto your t-shirt or maybe fingertips or wrist can touch. If there's no way of touching, maybe you've got a sock nearby or another piece of clothing that can be the bridge between your hands. And then you settle here. So the left elbow reaches up, the right one down. Try and keep your shoulders level. Gently bring the left shoulder back so there's space for the head to sit nice and upright. And then maybe like to imagine that you're on a lovely, warm, sunny beach, a pleasurable place. Maybe you can bring a smile to your face. And on an inhale, gently, gently letting go of the arms. Maybe you like to stretch them out. And then right fingertips behind, left hand just underneath. Just come to a gentle twist to the right. Inhale back to center. If you were sitting on something, remove it. We'll change our feet to the right, leg straight, left knee in towards you. Again, that space, because you need to bring your whole torso forward, so at least 2 fists. Right hand holds onto the left knee, shin. Left hand to the inside, really reach as far forward. Might be helpful to hold onto your foot for a minute to find that space. Then the left thumb turns down, hand wraps around. Same thing. So first finding that space in the arms, the torso, then wrapping round. Maybe there's a bridge between hands, some clothes, or maybe you can hold on to fingertips or wrist. Once you got that, bring the right shoulder back and forwards. Space across your collarbones, reaching forward with the sternum. Notice if your right foot's gone on holiday and put it back in action, flexing the foot towards you. One more breath here. And then gently, gently unravel, stepping the left foot over the right. Maybe you're bringing that foot back and you can see if you can stack the knees and maybe bring the shins towards parallel. As you can see with me, that creates huge gaps. So I like to just prop up my hips. But that can be a cushion, a pillow, whatever is nearby. Maybe it's not for you. The right hand reaches up and bring the fingertips between the shoulder blades. Give it a couple of circles to make that space. And settle it down right between them. The left hand comes round the back and works its way up. Maybe the fingertips reach, maybe just not. You can always grab onto your t-shirt or top. And again, bring your shoulders horizontal. Lift up the right elbow, push down the left. Space for your head still. And then settling here. Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Maybe it's a joyous place to be. Maybe not. Either way, you can always come to your breath as a focal point. Maybe you like to imagine the meridian lines from the pericardium running into the triple heater. So the pericardium starts on the outside of either nipple, then goes to the middle of the arm, the middle of the front of the elbow, the middle of the hand, and to your middle finger. And the triple heater is your fourth finger at the back of the hand, the middle of the back of the arm, comes over the shoulder, closing over the ear, and ends at the corner of your eyebrow. And then gently, gently, finally coming out, stretching out your arms. And then right hand to knee, left fingertips behind, come into a gentle twist. And then slowly coming out, come to lie down on your back. Maybe you like to windscreen wipe your knees to soften the body, relaxing the arms. And then if you're really craving it, you can come into bridge or into a wheel pose. We'll just flow in and out a couple of times. So setting up, feet hip width apart. Be able to tickle the backs of your heels with your fingers, shoulder blades onto the back. Just a couple of times with the breath as you inhale, push into the feet. Roll gently to your shoulders. Exhale, roll to the balls of your feet and rolling the vertebrae down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, pushing down, lifting up. Exhale, coming down. 2 more. Inhale and up. And then gently either coming into your candle or maybe to your shoulder stand, pushing into, up they go. Pushing your toes into the ceiling. Gently pulling your belly button in. Moving your pubic bone to the back of the mat. Lifting your tippy toes to the ceiling. Maybe your hands can walk down a little bit closer into your ribs, or maybe even your elbows a little closer together to really make this little tripod really nice. On an exhale, gently bring your toes over your head, coming into plow. When and only when the toes touch down, you can let go, reach the hands away, maybe clasp the hands. still the hips are lifting towards the ceiling. Spine is long. There's space to breathe. And then on an exhale, gently, gently rolling all the way back down. Engage in your core. Slowly. Legs lengthening out. Slowly, slowly. Come down. And the right rib, I'm really impressed with some people's core muscles. The right foot to the floor, right, left leg crosses over. Hips to the left, knees to the right. Coming into lovely twist. Arms come out, it's little cactus arms again, so you get the space across the shoulders, across the armpits. And maybe you're looking over the left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Change the crossing of your legs. Looking in opposite direction. And gently come back to center. Maybe you like to give yourself a hug or come into a happy baby. And then we'll get ready for Shavasana. So grabbing your cozies, even for those where it is warm, still nice to keep the warmth just generated in the body, so you don't lose it all on your floor. And then when you're ready, you want to lie down on your back, hands, palm face up towards the ceiling, close an eyes, softening the gaze. Take a breath in through the nose. And a big, big sigh out through the mouth. 2 more like that. Maybe noticing a difference between that sigh and the one at the start of practice. Melting into the floor. And settling down. And then gently making your next breath in a little deeper than the last. Noticing your contact points from body and mat or body and floor. Bringing wiggles into fingertips and toes, wrists and ankles. And stretching all the way out. And maybe bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself another big hug. And then when you're ready, coming up to a seated position. Take your hands together at your heart center, closing eyes. Come out aware of how you're feeling in body and mind. And hands together at your foreheads as a reminder to always, always have loving kindness towards yourself. To your lips as a reminder to always, always have loving kindness to others. And towards your hearts as a reminder to always, always have loving kindness to the world, the earth, and the universe that surrounds and supports every single one of us every single day. Huge big bow to each other and ourselves in yoga practice. Thank you for taking the time this evening for each other and ourselves. Thank you very much.